Welcome everyone to Science 214. This is week 1 in May 2025, and we are starting this course together. I am Dr. Janie Sigmon. I hope that you watched my welcome video. It was a short one, and read through my welcome announcement. That was a long one. But every week I will post a video like this, and it will be available to you on Monday morning at 12:01 a.m. So you get the week started off right with me. I hope that you will watch my videos because I give you tips and hints and tricks, and I talk about the science, and I talk about the assignments and all sorts of things. So please do watch the videos. It only takes a few minutes for you to get through them, so I encourage you to do that. All right, any photographs that you see anywhere back behind me on my presentations, I have taken these over the years in my travels, in my explorations, even in my backyard, because I am totally obsessed with nature. I saw the puffins in May of 2023 in Scotland on a trip that I went on with my sister, and it was one of the most wonderful experiences of my life. I loved it. That being said, let us get started. So, I'll move my face over so you can see me. There we go. I'm starting the week 1 announcements now, and I want to welcome you to the class. I'm very excited about this term. This is going to be a good term. It's going to be over part of the summer, really. So I hope that you have a good summer, and if ever you need anything, all you have to do is email me. I will reiterate this every single week, but I'm not kidding. All you have to do is email me, and I'll be back in touch with you. So this beginning week, we are going to talk about citizen science. The whole term is about citizen science, scientific literacy, and how we go about affecting change in the world, even if we aren't scientists. So under number 3, you see the sources. There are all kinds of sources that are there. You don't have to buy a textbook for this course. The sources are already there, and you just have to read through them. Now, some of them are long. A lot longer than I like to read. In fact, that first one in your list under citizen science is a whole chapter, and it's a whole chapter describing to you what citizen science is. So I read that whole chapter, and I decided that I was going to shorten that chapter to this definition. So read the chapter if you want to. That's fine. But anyway, I have shortened it. So what the heck is citizen science? Here is my explanation. Scientific research. We know that science is based on research, collecting data and all that, right? Yeah. Scientific research conducted by amateur scientists, members of the general public who are not trained in science, in order to make discoveries, solve problems, or effect change. You want something to happen because of the thing that it is that you're doing. You want to contribute some way to the body of scientific information in order for things to happen. That is citizen science. There are so many wonderful examples of this out there. There are so many ways that you can contribute. One of our weeks, we will discuss this, and you will choose some kind of activity that is in your community that you are interested in. You don't have to participate in it, but you need to look it up, research it, and figure out what it's all about. So citizen science. Like I mentioned, all your sources are actually in the weekly learning modules, so refer to those. There are readings. All right, so for this first week, you've got a couple of things to do. Almost every week in this course, you have discussion board postings too. So what the heck are discussion boards? They are places where you go write out information about questions that will be asked of you, and everyone can read what you have posted. So your initial post is due by Thursday evening before midnight, every single week. Then you will also be responsible for responding to 2 classmates, and you have questions to answer about what they have posted. These are due by Sunday night before midnight. Discussion board postings are due in the week that they are assigned. I am not supposed to be grading them any other time except that following week, because discussion board postings are due the week that they are assigned. So what is happening this week? First of all, you need to introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you like to be called? What are your interests? If you want to tell us about your family, great. If you want to know about where you live, great. That's always good, because then you find people who live near you. I had 2 students this past term who lived very, very, very near me. And one term, I had a student who lived so close to me that we shopped at the same Harris Teeter grocery store. Is that weird or what? But yeah. So tell us your interests. Tell us what you're interested in, what your major is, what your job is, what your experiences have been, whatever. Tell us something about you. And then you're going to answer the question, how has STEM affected your life? STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, right? So how has that affected your life? Oh, we're using computers right now. That's a pretty easy answer. But there are all different kinds of ways that STEM has affected you. And then discuss a scientific issue that's impacting your community. Right now, I have a whole pile near me. A solar panel facility is going up very close to my house, and there's been a whole lot of controversy about it because it's not so environmentally friendly. They're producing solar panels, right? It's not a solar farm. Even those cause controversy. So what are the questions and concerns about this? And that's part of what I just addressed. How has it impacted your community? There's been a lot of controversy about my issue. How can you participate in citizen science to help solve this issue? There are petitions going around about the CILFAB plant that's going in near me, and I can sign that, and I can get my neighbors to sign it, and that sort of thing. All right, then your response posts that are due by Sunday night. Discuss what you have in common with this particular classmate. Remember, you're responding to 2 different classmates. What do you think about their issue? And do you have that issue in your community, or is that something totally new to you, right? What are the limitations and benefits of citizen science on their particular issue? Is there a way for people to get involved and to help solve this problem, or change legislation, or fund research, or, fill in the blank, or prevent this thing from happening? Yeah. So those are questions to answer in your response post. Those due by Sunday evening. Then you have a journal assignment. There I go, moving my face around again. Then you have a journal assignment. So this is a paper that you write, right? First thing that you're going to do is choose a topic. Water quality, so important everywhere. Oh my goodness, we have so many water quality issues in South Carolina. Air pollution. Air pollution is a huge problem everywhere, especially if you live anywhere near a city. Climate change affects everyone on the entire planet. So, that being said, it's affecting change absolutely everywhere in every environment. Energy issues. I just bought a hybrid car. I'm so excited. I'm getting the best gas mileage I've ever gotten in my life. But energy issues, the use of different energy sources, from solar to nuclear to hydrogen gas to electric vehicles. There's so many different energy issues out there. And the environment. There are all kinds of environmental issues out there. I know I have a tremendous amount of habitat destruction in my particular area because there's so much more development going in around where I live. It is just unbelievable. So there are many, many, many environmental problems and issues around the world, and even just in your community. So describe your chosen topic. Include relevant data and information in your description. There are resources under Learning Module 1 about each one of these topics. So you got the data right there in front of you in your sources. You can also look up data. Use the Shapiro Library. It is a wonderful resource that we have. Very, very thorough, and you get access to so many full text articles that way. Explain your rationale for selecting this particular topic. Why are you interested in this? Why is this important to you? It depends, right? Explain how the topic impacts equity. So how is this an equal opportunity harmful topic? Social justice and or environmental justice. So you're going to need to explain that. Does this affect different people and different populations of people equally or unequally? And describe how you would communicate information about this topic to someone who is not familiar with it. And the first thing that you got to do is speak their language, right? And I mean just use words that they would use every day, right? You're not going to be talking in a highfalutin scientific terminology based way. That's going to turn somebody off right away. And the other thing that you need to do is tell them why they should be interested in this. Because if you don't tell them that, they won't care. They may listen to you, but words will go in one ear and out the other one. Why should they care? How is this going to affect them? It's very, very important. All right, so that's your journal assignment. So you got your discussion board postings and your journal assignment for this week 1. I had to move my face again. My goodness, I'm all over the place this week. I am here to help you. I am here to guide you through this term. If you don't understand something, if you're having issues in your life where you can't get your assignments completed, whatever it is, please just let me know. All you have to do is email me, m.sigmon@snhu.edu. That is my email address. I leave it everywhere. I leave it in the announcements. I leave it on every one of these presentations. So please do just email me if you're having any issues, and we will work through those in any way that we can. And if it's a huge problem, then we may get your advisor involved too. But that's what we are here for, to help you make it through this course so that you can earn your degree and get out there in the world and do whatever career it is that you have planned. With that being said, I hope that you have a wonderful week number 1 in Science 214. Just let me know if you need anything.